Queen Village versus Old City, Philadelphia's heavyweight historic neighborhoods. But if you had to choose one to call home, which one really delivers the lifestyle that you're looking for? On paper, they kind of look similar. In real life, totally different vibe. I'm talking price, parking, noise, neighbors, neighborhood, the stuff that no one puts in the listing. All right, let's find out. Well, hey everyone, this is Fuhrman and welcome to my channel, Living in Center City, Philadelphia. If you're thinking about making a lifestyle change and want to know what it's like to live in Center City, Philly, then this is the channel for you. So make sure to go below and hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell right next to it so you're notified each and every time we publish a brand new video just for you. And we actually get a lot of folks that are reaching out to us looking to relocate to the Center City, Philly area, and we love helping them out on their journey. So if you're thinking about making a move, have any questions about the market, particular condo buildings, anything, even down to the street and block level, because it is very street and block focused in certain neighborhoods, don't hesitate to reach out. Just shoot us a quick email and we would love to help you out. Today, we're diving into the heart of both neighborhoods to compare them. History, housing, vibes, people, food, and hey, even parking. Now, let's settle this once for all. Whether you're looking to move or just curious about which neighborhood is more you, stick around because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which one is the best fit for your lifestyle. Let's start with the roots because hey, these neighborhoods are basically Philly royalty. Old City, as you probably know, is literally the birthplace of America, where the Declaration of Independence was signed, the United States' first capital location, and all of that. So much history is here. You've got the Liberty Bell, Independence Hall, Betsy Ross House, the works. It's filled with preserved 18th century charm and historical markers every few feet. You can feel the weight of history here. Yeah, it's touristy, but it's also lively, full of art galleries, design studios, and an after-hours scene that's surprisingly underrated. But Queen Village? Well, this area is also a very old residential neighborhood, actually older than Old City and older than the country itself. Yes, technically Old City is the oldest planned neighborhood for Philadelphia. However, living in Queen Village actually predates Philadelphia's formation. In fact, its roots go all the way back to the 1600s when it was part of an early Swedish settlement called New Sweden. So this was even before William Penn arrived here. Now, the name Queen Village actually came later as a tribute to Sweden's Queen Christina. But what really makes this place stand out isn't just the age, it's the feel, it's the vibe. We're talking narrow streets, original brick row homes, tucked away alleys, the kind of neighborhood with a really strong community vibe. It's historic, not really touristy, quiet, very much alive though. Families, artists, longtime locals, they all live here, and you can feel that layered history just walking down the block. Now, where are these neighborhoods located? Well, Old City is just north of Queen Village. Well, Society Hill is actually between them, but it's on the northern section of Center City, which sits between Vine Street down to Walnut, and from the Delaware River to about 6th or 7th Street. It's gonna be busier, more commercial. As you can see from this Google Earth view right here, you're gonna have taller buildings. Now, nothing like the heart of Center City, the Rittenhouse, Avenue of the Arts area, orbiting around City Hall. You see all those tall buildings. That's not Old City. Old City is right here. So this is Market Street, and then all of this is Old City. So you won't see the tall high-rise buildings, and you don't have really many condo buildings that are that tall. You got this one over here and a couple others. But you're gonna see larger buildings in Old City than you will in Queen Village, which I'll show you in a little bit. Just wanted to give you a sense of the area. So this is what you're gonna see in Old City. Walk right down Market, ton of bars, restaurants, cafes, shops, art galleries. There's a lot of those also down 2nd and 3rd Street as well, which is right here. This is 2nd Street. So it's kind of be the vibe of the area. Pretty dense, but not as dense as, again, Avenue of the Arts or of the Rittenhouse area. On the other hand, Queen Village, again, is gonna be nestled between Lombard to Washington Ave and from the Delaware River to 6th Street. And for the most part, this location is gonna feel much more residential. And I'll walk you through that on this Google Earth. So again, this is Old City. And then now we're in Society Hill. These are Society Hill Towers. These 3 buildings that look alike. Those are condo buildings. And then just past there is Queen Village. So now we're into Queen Village, right over. Lombard is the delineation for the most part, which is right here. So all of this is now Queen Village. And as you can see, it's pretty different than what we just looked at. in Old City has much taller buildings. I mean, not necessarily much taller, but we're looking at 2, 3, some 4-story buildings over there. Whereas if we were just over here in Old City, you've got, you know, a couple 8-story buildings, 10-story buildings. The average height maybe is 5 stories. In Old City, don't quote me on that verbatim, but it's obviously going to be a very different feel than what you're looking at right here with Queen Village. And again, right in between this neighborhood, you've got Society Hill. Society Hill, as you probably already know, is a very upscale, historic neighborhood. And Society Hill is kind of like a buffer between Queen Village and Old City. You know, buffer between Old City's buzz and Queen Village's charm and a bit more residential area. If you want to learn more about Society Hill, if you don't know a whole lot about that, I'll link a video in the description below and you can go and check that out. Now, in Old City, you're going to be surrounded by a lot of boutique shopping and bars, cafes, restaurants, and all of that in the area. A lot of those are going to be on Market Street or 2nd, 3rd Street, orbiting around there. There's always something happening in Old City, but for the most part in Queen Village, you're going to have a more calm residential feel. You've got a lot to do in that area, especially along 4th Street, which is going to have all of the restaurants, bars, cafes, boutique shops, and all of that. And you're pretty close to the Italian market as well, along 9th Street. It's not technically in Queen Village, but it's very close by. So hopefully this Google Earth demonstration is helpful to understand what the different vibe will look like. You know, again, bigger buildings, more commercialized retail. Over in Queen Village, more residential. You still, again, have plenty to do, especially if you're close to 4th Street, which is where a lot of the stores are going to be along this street right here. You can kind of see them on screen, coffee, vegan places, you know, etc. Especially as you get close to South Street, you're gonna have a lot on South Street and a lot in this particular area right here of restaurants and whatnot. So really nice residential vibe, but you have plenty to walk to if you want to go out and about for restaurant, shopping and whatnot. And it's not too far to walk up to Old City if you do want to walk to Old City to have more excitement, buzz, nightlife. Maybe about a 20-minute walk depending on what section, potentially further. In Queen Village, the community is tight. It's a place where people settle in for the long haul. So if you've got a family, this could be a great neighborhood for you. In particular, one of the city's top-rated K-8 schools, the Meredith School, is right here. Arguably, the best public K-8 school in the entire Center City and surrounding area. That's a big draw for families, as you can imagine. Now, Old City is more commercial, more polished, and honestly a bit louder. Bars, galleries, First Friday art crawls, rooftop lounges. It's built for people who want to do stuff just outside their front door. It's vibrant, energetic, and has a bit of work hard, play harder edge to it. The community here feels more transient and generally is. Think young professionals, creatives, and people who enjoy a mix of history and nightlife. Now, before we talk about real estate in these neighborhoods, really quick, if you found this video helpful thus far, it would mean the world to me if you wouldn't mind going below and clicking that like button so that YouTube knows I'm putting out some helpful content. I would greatly appreciate that. All right, let's chat about what real estate actually looks like in these neighborhoods. In Queen Village, you'll find mostly historic row homes, some dating back to the 18th and 19th centuries with a lot of character, charm, and some of those on those narrow Philly streets to boot. There are also newer townhomes and the occasional boutique condo building, but row homes, which is what we call townhomes, certainly dominate this neighborhood. Prices have climbed, but you're often getting more space and a quieter vibe for the money. Now, on the contrast, Old City is denser. Most of your housing options in Old City are going to be condos, as opposed to those row homes or townhomes. There are going to be a few high-rise condo buildings in Old City, but most of them are going to be mid to low-rise condo buildings. To give you an idea of pricing, as of this year, the average home price in Queen Village was somewhere around $560,000, while Old City's average was closer to about $400,000. And generally speaking, this is going to be attributed to the condo versus townhomes. Typically, condos are a little bit less expensive than a townhome, hence the price difference here. All right, let's talk about parking and transportation. First up, parking. It's going to be rough in both places, but Queen Village, I think, has the edge here if you do, in fact, need a car. And I think both areas are walkable, but if you do need a car, I'd say Old City is going to be a little bit more tricky to find parking. And that's because you're dealing with visitor traffic, valet zones, fewer dedicated residential spots. So in Old City, you'll likely need to rent out a garage or a lot if you do in fact need a car. But if you won't be needing a car, but do need public transit, Old City wins hands down, as the subway system runs right underneath Market Street, and most homes in the Old City area will be within walking distance of one of those subway entrances along Market Street. Now, as far as walkability, I would say that Old City also wins here in general. However, certain blocks in Queen Village are comparable from a walkability standpoint, at least when comparing walking distance to restaurants, cafes, coffee shops, grocery stores, and things like that. So which one of these neighborhoods is right for you? Well, it all comes down to your lifestyle, of course, and what you're looking for, but here's a quick summary. If you're looking for charm, community, and a calmer pace, well, maybe Queen Village is a better fit. If you want more energy, art, convenience, maybe Old City is a better fit for you. If you're looking for top schools and tree-lined blocks, that's probably Queen Village. If you want walkability and nightlife, you're probably considering Old City. No matter what neighborhood speaks to you more, the truth is that both of these neighborhoods offer something special. But the right choice, of course, depends on you, your lifestyle, your goals, your daily rhythms. And as mentioned earlier, you can be in one neighborhood and one block there is very different than another block and offers different walkability, different nightlife, different convenience. So in each neighborhood, you definitely need to explore every block that you might want to consider. And if you want to learn more about other neighborhoods in Philly, check out this playlist right here. Just click on it, check it out, and enjoy.